My name is Bethany. Welcome to the podcast. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the video podcast called Only Looking Up. So that is how you can find it on anywhere where you can find the audio podcast. And of course, the video version is here on our YouTube channel. And I'm just really excited to be able to share with you guys again. I love doing these podcasts. They're really fun to me, and it's just a way to kind of like mix things up too. And it just feels like I can have a little bit more of a heart-to-heart with you guys. But because the sun's setting, I do have to kind of keep it brief today. I'm kind of procrastinating today. I should have started this earlier, but I'm getting used to our new time zone and like when the sun sets and stuff is new. Okay, so I first of all have to say thank you guys for all the amazingly nice things you had to say regarding our move and like our empty home tour video. You can definitely catch that if you haven't already. I really was surprised at like just how welcoming everybody here in Nashville has been, and it's just been very comfortable trying to adjust. You guys have made it so easy on me, and I'm so thankful. And just all of the positivity on the channel too, as my life is changing, has been another level of comfort. Okay, with that said, today I wanted to talk about the different things that I find to be what I try to avoid when it comes to dressing as a petite woman. It is difficult to wear things that I find to be really fun to wear, and then they actually are not quite as flattering as I would hope that they would be. So the way that I want to kind of bring this topic up to you guys today is that there are no hard and fast rules when it comes to fashion. I know that there's guidelines, and I live by certain principles, and I find that those principles work for me when I go to take my outfit of the day. You'll find that there are some things that just naturally work better on someone's frame than other things. So with that self-awareness, I can move forward and decide on my own what I like to wear. So the things that you wouldn't really find in my closet, or very rarely anyways, are the following. The first is large horizontal stripes. So that is twofold, right? So you have stripes that are vertical. I wear those. I find that no matter what the width of the stripe is, I can wear it if it's a vertical stripe. But when it's horizontal, I cannot wear a large horizontal stripe. I can wear a thin horizontal stripe just fine, and I really enjoy that. Like, I especially love it if it's like a tight fitting turtleneck. I have a lot of like striped sweaters and that type of thing when they're horizontal stripes, but it has to be a thin stripe. When it's a thick stripe, you're adding kind of direction in a different way that wouldn't be quite as flattering on someone who's already vertically challenged. So that is just kind of how I approach it, and I just kind of avoid any horizontal stripes. Next is I avoid big, bold patterns. I wear a lot of patterns as far as like I'll wear small floral patterns. I think that is so beautiful, and I love to wear something a little bit more feminine in that way too. But I would never wear something that's like a big floral pattern on me. And I also love polka dot, but I usually wear polka dot if it's like a small dot everywhere. I don't wear anything that has like large polka dots on me, particularly as a petite. And I was really intrigued by this interior design book that I was just reading. And there's so many design principles that apply outside of fashion. It goes into everything. So in this interior design book, she said, it was Emily Henderson. I'll try to link you guys in the description and show notes. But it was cool what she said. So if you have a small bedroom, she says, avoid large floral prints. And I was like, bingo, like I can totally relate to that on a fashion level. And so that was a really cool kind of like crossover. And it's just neat to be able to pick up inspiration from things like interior design, like any sort of design. The principles are the same. And so now I'm just kind of bringing those to light for fashion for this video. So for big patterns, I generally avoid those because they're going to overwhelm my small frame, just like in Emily Henderson's interior design book. A big floral pattern would overwhelm a small room. It's kind of the same concept. The third thing that you'll never find in my closet, except I do have one pair, so I'm lying. You'll rarely find this in my closet is strapped shoes, like right up the ankle. You don't want anything that has an ankle strap, which is going to just kind of like block that line that's keeping you from being more vertically looking. What I mean is whenever you're trying to look taller or really just longer, you want nothing that's going to block it and halt it. And so shoes and your feet are one way to really lengthen your whole look, and just having like some sort of pointed toe always helps. And along that thinking, you just don't want anything that's going to abruptly stop that vertical line. So ankle strap shoes definitely do this. And so I try to avoid those. If I'm looking at heels, for instance, I'm thinking about, okay, well, I wouldn't get that pair because it's going to have that strap right there that's kind of like, blocking right there. So instead, what I want to do is find something that doesn't have that. And if it does have an ankle strap, one thing that I really want to do is have it in a nude shade. That's the one pair I have, and it's just because they're super cute and they're very tall. And a lot of times I'm wearing jeans that kind of cover that anyways. And so that's kind of my thinking there. But as a principle, I try to avoid anything with an ankle strap shoe. This next one breaks my heart because I truly love oversized purses. I find that it's so much fun to be able to have a giant bag that just carries anything I might need during the day. And truthfully, that's not doing my back any favors. I'm really actually hurting on my shoulder a lot lately. So I'm working on that. But an oversized purse is just going to add weight and then also visual weight. And so the one thing that I'm trying to do as a petite is not look smaller. And so one thing that is going to do that is if I carry a smaller purse with me. It's a really simple technique, and it also has just helped me to not carry everything with me and just carry some essentials and, maybe have a couple bags throughout the day if I need it for different reasons. But that is what I'm thinking through. And when I just go to buy a purse, it's just one more thing I'm mindful about is I'd rather have something that's a bit smaller sized than getting the giant purse, which also saves me money, by the way, because the larger the purse, generally it costs more too. So this is the same type of thinking for everything. So jewelry is another thing that I really have condensed in the size of things that I wear. I used to wear very large bangles and, costume jewelry. I used to have just giant earrings that would go almost down to my collarbone. And I loved those things and they were fun to play with. But if I'm trying to actually not overwhelm my small frame, I want jewelry that is size appropriate for me. And truthfully, a lot of times when people make jewelry, especially bangles, they slide off of my arm so easily. I've tossed them without meaning to, and it's just like unintentional all the way around. So that's one thing I'm trying to think about too, is with jewelry, I want to get something that fits. I have some really pretty bracelets that I picked up this past year that were from Majuri, and they actually have ones that are smaller, and it's even better if you get one that has a chain so you can actually adjust the right size of your bracelet. That's awesome. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I do go a little bit big on my rings and stuff like that, but it still is kind of more simple than large bangles or large earrings or, giant necklaces. Although there's a caveat to that, is that a long necklace can really help you lengthen your torso as someone who is petite, but just keep in mind if you need to lengthen your torso at all or not. So just to clarify a little bit more, I think that with costume jewelry, it generally is over the top and big. So like big pearls or big jewels or something that really catches your eye and you can't miss it. That's kind of the type of thing that could very easily overwhelm someone with a small frame. Next is knee-length skirts. That's one thing that I've really tried to avoid as I have studied my personal style. I've taken my photo every day for well over a year, and it was just something that helped me evaluate what is the proper length for me to have. So whenever it comes to shorts or skirts or anything like that, I'm looking for what hits me either as a maxi length or a mini length. So is it mid thigh? I would go for something like that. Maybe just a couple, maybe like 3 or 4 inches off of my knee, above or below, and that is golden. Otherwise, I like to have it actually go all the way down to the floor. So that's what I'm thinking through, but I never have anything that hits me right on my knee. Another thing that I did well past when I should is shop from the juniors clothing section. I loved to be able to find things that fit me properly, and a lot of them weren't very long either. Like they were actually tailored, out of the box, ready for someone who is shorter. And so it's nice to have something that fits me, but the way that those were designed was a very much more of a younger look than what I was trying to be as an adult or even like as a married woman. And so those little types of things, like if that's your style, of course, embrace that. But if you're looking for, for me, I think I was really looking for people to take me seriously in my job. And also like, if you're going to buy a car, those are situations where you really need to be taken seriously, and dressing to kind of match your age range is something that kind of informs people to how much to take you seriously. If you wear something that is from certain stores that are from a younger age range, generally speaking, like junior clothing, it will kind of age you and put you into an age bracket. And you guys, the sun is setting, so I'm going to make this last one real quick. You guys might already know it. I love to wear high-rise jeans, and I do that not only because it's going to lengthen me as a petite woman, but also because it's avoiding the low-rise jean look, which again is going to make me look shorter and younger. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to look taller, and just by bringing up where that natural waist is, it's going to actually make me look a lot taller. So a lot of people write me too, though, that they're like, I have a very long torso and I have very long legs or like a short torso. Just be mindful, if you have really long legs, you could just get a mid-rise, but I would never suggest as a petite woman wearing low-rise jeans. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.